Hi, my name is Erin McFall and today's date is October 19th, 2023. And a little while ago I had just dissected the sheep brain and now I have moved on to the cow eyeball. And I'd like to point out before we get started, mine did not look exactly similar to the ones in the figures on the hands-on lab. So mine is going to look a little bit different, but I can still pretty much point out all of the different structures that I am needing to be named. And on the back of my name sheet, I just have a couple of structure names to keep me on track as I'm going through this video. So to start off, I had cut my beef eye from the anterior cavity and the posterior cavity, and I cut them anteriorly and posteriorly. So to get started, I'm going to pick up the anterior cavity, and I would like to note that right here on the outside, this clearish substance is the cornea. Then in between that, within here is the iris, which is the colorful part of our eyes. In the center of that is going to be the pupil, which is the black dot that we see in our eyes. And then right in the middle, behind the pupil, is the lens, which is going to be the part of the eye that handles light and light going into the eye and all of that. And as you can see, I can stick my probe a little bit in here, and this entire part is called the anterior cavity, and this contains the aqueous humor. And whenever I cut into the cornea, the aqueous humor came out, and it's kind of like a slick, clearish, whitish substance that is found within the anterior cavity. So I'm going to pick up the other side of the eye, but before I get started pointing things out, I'd like to say that there are 3 eye layers that we need to discuss. So the outermost layer is the sclera, the choroid, is behind the sclera, and then the innermost layer is the retina. So within this eye structure, we have to note that this outer portion is going to be the sclera. This darker portion that seems dark on camera is going to be the choroid, and then within that area is going to be the retina. I must mention that this is the vitreous humor. It's kind of this jelly-like substance in the middle, and it's easily moved around within there. And it is important to note that this is the posterior cavity, and then the anterior cavity is going to have this gelatinous lump in it called the vitreous humor. So I believe that is all. Mine was kind of hard to place where the optic nerve would be, but that is just going to be this line coming out the back of the eyeball, and then this is a nerve that connects to the brain, and it is used to be able to tell the brain things about the eye and vision and stuff like that. So that is a pretty brief example of the structures within an eyeball. And if I put it back together, you can see my incision within the cornea, iris, and stuff all like that. So thank you so much. Just wanted to add this in at the end. Watching my video back, I realized that I made a mistake. So I wanted to note that this vitreous humor, which is the gelatinous part that moves around, back here, this whole cavity is called the posterior cavity. And then this other portion of the eyeball that's starting right here and up is called the anterior cavity. In the description I made earlier, I switched those 2 up, so I just wanted to note that at the end. Thank you.